Thank you.
The feeling is mutual. And thank you for calling this important hearing on proposed rulemaking on airline pilot flight and duty time regulations. As you pointed out in your statement, on February 12, 2009, 50 people tragically lost their lives when Colgan Air Flight 3407, doing business as Continental Connect, crashed outside of Buffalo, New York. Although the National Transportation Safety Board investigation report did not attribute the cause of the accident to pilot fatigue, the investigation uncovered disturbing commuting practices sometimes employed within the industry and reignited interest about the impact of fatigue on aviation safety. In the aftermath of the accident, the subcommittee acted in a bipartisan fashion to draft legislation to address safety issues arising out of Flight 34, the accident of Flight 3407. And of course, we and the Senate were assisted in our work by the citizens who are the families of Continental Flight 3407, several of whom are continuing their active participation in this process, and we thank them for their accepting and doing something about this problem. The House and Senate passed the safety legislation in July. It was signed into law. The FAA is now implementing the provisions of the bill, including provisions consistent with the FAA's ongoing effort to update airline pilot flight and duty time regulations. It's been far too long since the agency has updated the airline flight and duty regulations, and I applaud the agency's effort to address this important issue. The challenge before the agency will be to strike the right balance in achieving a true safety benefit for a dynamic aviation industry. The goal of this rulemaking is to improve safety, and that must be achieved by careful consideration of all known factors, including the cause of fatigue. Before the Flight 3407 accident, pilot commuting was a practice in the airline industry that went largely unnoticed by the public. The vast majority of pilots responsibly manage their commuting to work. Clearly, commuting is a part of lifestyle choice for airline pilots and for those in many other professions. It's a part of two-job families and something that all of us are familiar with. However, if we agree that irresponsible commuting is a causal factor in fatigue, then the practice of commuting deserves a look. I'm interested to hear from the FAA and the other witnesses the extent to which the Aviation Rulemaking Committee came to any meaningful recommendations on commuting practices within the industry. In addition, I'm interested to hear from the FAA how the proposed rule specifically addresses risk posed by irresponsible commuting. Well, it's far too soon to have a comprehensive analysis of the proposed rule. It was published only 2 days ago. I'm interested in hearing from the witnesses their initial reactions to the agency's proposals, and would like to hear from the witnesses ideas for how to improve the rule in effectively addressing fatigue issues. Thank you all for being here today and for participating, and look forward to your testimony.
I thank the ranking member for his opening